All right, it's been a while since I've done a mock draft. I apologize for that, but it's been busy. Been trying to get things done. A lot of things have happened. We got the combine. We have some pro days coming in. Now we have tampering / free agency, which transformed, the Patriots roster for next year. Now we don't have any pen to paper, but assuming if they all go through, the Patriots are different, and it definitely did have a dramatic impact in what I'm thinking for the Patriots going into 2020 this draft. So I still have some major concerns. Honestly, they still probably need to pick up at least one starting level offensive lineman to make me feel a lot better. Now, here's the problem. They are getting very expensive. You have guys that are low-end tackles getting paid. There's guards that are getting paid like tackles. Freeze is getting paid like $18 million or something like that, I think. Becton's still out there. I'm huge on Becton. I liked him last year. Everybody scoffed at that. He's bust. He sucks. Nah, not really. He was injured and he played for the Jets. Trust me, that's two massive problems. So, I'm not. I'm still good with Becton. Now you're gonna say he's a guard. The guy played left and right tackle. He's big enough to play left and right tackle. And on the top of it, he also played left guard in preseason for the Eagles in practice. We even saw it at Foxborough. Now I don't know if there was any scrimmage reps there, but he was practicing at that position, that alignment. I'm not saying that he'd be great at it, but at least it's not like. Between the versatility between playing left and right sides as a tackle and then playing some guard, I don't think it's going to be a massive jump for him to play left guard if need be. Now, if Cole Strange is still there and David Andrews is coming back, maybe that whole thing is fine, and they have Ben Brown and there's City So and there's Layden Robinson, and they have some bodies there, and they're hoping that development works out, and they don't want to keep spending because I think Becton, if he did go get him, would be expensive because he's probably looking at this and saying, there's people out there who suck at left tackle and right tackle getting paid big time money, and I think I'm better than him, plus I can play guard. He's probably going to be one of your more expensive offensive linemen this offseason, and he probably deserves it. Now, of course, there's probably going to be the premium from playing for the Eagles and winning the Super Bowl, but you know what? I have to agree with it. There's a little bit going there. He's looking to finally get the cash in on it, and I think he deserves it. I think he's only 25 or 26 too. So getting him, although he had the knee injury, looks to be fine. Maybe that still limits him on the perimeter, on the offensive, on the left tackle or right tackle. But if you get him at left guard, and maybe he is somebody who contends with Vidarian Lowe for that left tackle position, and he's a little bit of insurance on Moses if he's injured, I think he's 34, and Caden Wallace is not 100%. It seems like a smart move. I don't know. It just might be too expensive, and maybe the Patriots are just banking on the draft. Now, I don't want to go in this huge side, endeavor here, but the number of tackles that got signed this offseason, most of those guys are just lateral moves. So they're not guys that were developed and they're the second or third tackles on these teams that are finally getting their day on another team and getting a nice payday and becoming a starter. It's mostly starter for starter swap. So there's still questions on, are these people going to be able to develop behind the guys that are losing, or these teams that are losing these tackles and guards? I don't know. I think, and if they are, there's probably those teams that are well, I don't know, and I can't afford it because offensive line play in the NFL right now is so bad that they're probably looking at getting offensive linemen in day one or day two. And if I'm looking at that and I'm just doing how there's just swapping around, I've got 12 teams that probably are at least 12 tackle spots that need to be filled or upgraded. I've got at least 11 guard spots that need to be filled or upgraded. And even center, I've got 6 center spots that could be filled or upgraded. Now, if I'm going to that, now we're talking starters, not just backfilling. I'm thinking guys that probably spots that need to be upgraded to make these offensive lines better. If we go, let's do that. Let's take a look at the offensive tackles real quick. Will Campbell, I don't care what you think of him being a guard because of his arm length, which I'll say this real quick. I'll say this again. I did a video on it, which is the measurements of the combine were on average more than half an inch shorter than what they were at the All-Star games. So the Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, Hula Bowl, they were on average more than half an inch for offensive linemen, with only one offensive lineman having an actual longer length of the combine than their Senior Bowl, which was Jalen Travis. Everybody else was shorter. I went back to 2019, can't find that happening at all. And by the way, in previous years, you can see that there's a mixture. It's like 50-50. Some years it's there's a mixture of, guys being longer at their pro day or Senior Bowl or their combine or another, bowl game than they were at the combine. There's a mixture, vice versa. Not basically everybody being shorter. So keep that in mind. And then the other thing is that at this point, there's only 44% of the guys measured at the combine offensive lineman would hit that 33-inch mark. I mean, Josh Simmons, was right on the line. All these guys, like Ariante Ursary almost lost an inch in his arm length between the Senior Bowl and the combine. We have to say that there's something like there's inconsistencies. And by the way, it's more than just the offensive linemen. I was wide receivers, corners. Everybody had like dramatic changes in their measurements. And Jim Nagy, the former director of the Senior Bowl, said that's basically the same outfit. Now, I don't know if it's the same, but it's supposed to be the same. It should be consistent, and it's not. So I'm not completely like going on all the. I'm not just. I need some like another third verification, because a third measurement here essentially for some of these guys. And for Will Campbell, it'd be his only sec to see what we got here, because I'm not entirely convinced. But even then, like there's so many teams that are dying for offensive line play and just need tackles. There's nobody. Whoever's going to get Will Campbell is not just going to shove him in a guard. It's just not. They're just not going to do it. And if they do, it's probably some team that obviously had the Texans not anymore because they lost them. But anyway, I'm just trying to come up with a team that could possibly want to move Will Campbell automatically in a guard, and I can't come up with it. I can't. Whoever's going to draft him is going to use him as a tackle. And you might think that he could be a bad tackle. Well, Kelvin Banks, that's going to be probably my only other guy I'd say like right now for the Patriots this year, starting left tackle ability. I've got Kelvin Banks. Armand Membo's a right tackle. I would have no problem drafting him later on, and he's got 1 year behind a solid left tackle to learn from. I'll try it. But you know what? I'd rather him at right tackle. I think he's been a right tackle. A lot of people think he's a guard. I've been a right tackle guy. I'm with it. But we don't need it right now. So I'm kind of off on Armand Membo. Josh Simmons' femur to tibia ratio looks to be over 1.2. I haven't measured it. I'm not saying it is, but it looks like it. And if you look at him, it definitely looks like his femurs just by visually, but not just using software, but like visually looking at him. Looks like his femurs are longer than his tibias to a premium, and which puts a lot of shear forces on the knee. And one of the problems with that is it tends to lead to patella injuries. Just basic knee injuries in general are elevated with those athletes. So I'm not surprised of his condition, and I'm just going to be out on that as like a day 1 or day 2 pick for the Patriots right now. Josh Connerly, another guy that I'm just kind of off with, his build, muscle insertions, high calves, posterior chain doesn't seem to be developed as much as it should be for somebody who's going to have to forklift people out of the way in the smash mouth football that we are expecting from Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. The guy's really instinctive. His movement scores are off the charts for an offensive tackle. He's super smooth, very athletic, instinctive, uses angles. Guy knows how to play what for what he has. I just don't think for how he plays and his physical, his build, he's going to be what you want for Patriots. Now, Ursary, I think because he can play, he's a little bit agnostic in that I can see him playing both, gap and zone. And he's a very good athlete. I can't imagine him really probably getting past the first round. I know they have him 40 here, and I think that's fair to rank him there. But just like previous drafts, there's runs on tackles or wide receivers and or both, like last year. So there's going to be a point where somebody's going to start. You get a few teams in a row that draft some tackles, and then anybody who needs a tackle in that after that first rush is going to draft a tackle, because they don't want to miss out. And there's so many teams, again, that need offensive linemen, need guards, centers, and there's not enough. I just went for the tackles. I got about 5 or 6 guys that I would really consider at left tackle, with only 2 of them really being I'm comfortable. And the rest of them be maybe we give him a shot, see if give him a shot between them and Vidarian Lowe. And I'm serious, too. And if you go interior offensive linemen like Booker, Jackson, who can probably play some left tackle if he needed to. But, Gray's going to probably be a guard or center for you. Jonah can play some tackle, but be right tackle. And at the same time, he'd be more of a guard. Tate. And then after that, there's 5 guys, and you put Milam into this mix, you're looking at 5 or 6 guards. Again, we're talking teams that need guards and centers, which is a mixture of these guys in here. You got 10, 11 spots that need be filled. So I can't imagine Tyler Booker or Jackson or Zabel even might even make it out of the first, this grouping. So you're looking at some issues here, guys. It's kind of almost like you have to force them to basically go tackle, because if you think about it, you listen to Elliott Wolf at the combine, people were asking questions, but the more color he gave was about how he thought that, he messed up with, the offensive line this year. You think he's going to admit that and then not address it? You think Moses was the move here? That's the thing. Are you going to say the Moses was the move and then he's going to bank on no tackles, less than 5 tackles really being taken in the first round? Banking on that? I don't know. I don't know if he can sit there and just, everybody's going to hold their breath and Ursery's going to fall out of the first. I think they're going to have to take a Campbell, or you trade back. Hopefully Campbell's still there. Then you can consider Banks. Or you're really big on Ursery, and then you go that way. And then you maybe can pick up something in the second. I don't know, trade back up to maybe get a wide receiver or something like that. Maybe Golden for some reason drops farther than I thought. But anyway, let's get into it. You can see it's without getting another starting level offensive lineman, I think this has to be it, guys. And I don't want to. Travis Hunter, if you're going to get Travis Hunter, again, I keep pointing this out, if you're getting Travis Hunter, you're getting him as a wide receiver, and he's probably not going to, I wouldn't even allow him to play defense, because you're going to be structuring your offense around Travis Hunter, right? Now, you're going to structure your offense with him in there, and then he gets injured. You're SOL. That's it. Now you're, everything. Now, again, thankfully, McDaniels has, worked with basically nothing and got you, a respectable offense here. Without having a lot of talent, but again, that was with Tom Brady. But let's get into it. You're gonna hate this, but I am gonna take Will Campbell. Did I mess up with the speed? It's a little slow here. Interesting. Now, if you get Starks coming out, Tyler Booker's also another one to consider. Burden, huh? I'm not a Burden fan. I'm not. I don't like guys who give up on their team. Take snaps off because they're not getting the ball or they're running the ball. This guy, Emanuari, was looking at Luther Burden to see what the play was. Keyed in right on it. Nick was blowing up Missouri that day just because he was just you could see he's just staring right at him, and he's like, oh, Burden's taking the snap off. I'll just come up in the box and slam somebody. Now, this is kind of tough. All 3 of these, almost all these guys are, I think, totally worth it here. Now, the problem is we lost Jason. Might be my concern with wide receivers. So I think I might have to go with Burden, and then just hopefully the guy is not a complete disaster. Yeah, I'd have to do this. Jonah. Perfect. That'd be good enough for me for offensive line. I could take JT here. Now let's go to tight end. Also looking for some linebacker if possible. I'd take Shamar Turner if he holds up. If Shamar Turner holds, that's really hard to pass up, guys. Denzel Burke. Bashir Tootin. Yeah, Tootin keeps rising. Everybody who's scoffing at me saying that he's bad, all of a sudden he's going to be a top 100 running back? Why? Huh. Obviously, we don't know if that's going to actually happen. All right, let's take a look at tight ends. I'm also considering maybe another big X. Actually, you know what? We still have, we can get, still look at Rondé. Still like a Rondé, maybe at 144. Now, that leaves us what? We got tight end with, now Shamar Turner is freaking, that's really tempting. But so is Restrepo. Now, if we get Cup, I wouldn't have to go after Restrepo. Stutzman. Oh man, not getting Shamar Turner. Let me take a look. Is Savion still on the board? No, he's not. Devin Neal. Yeah, that's kind of hard to pass up. Let's take a look at the running back room. Yeah, I'm still good with some of these running backs later on, to be honest with you. I mean, Neal, to me, I mean, these two guys are solid. I need to think, well, you know what? Linebacker might be off the board. They might not need to go after linebacker at all. Stutzman is, like, I love how that guy plays, though. I like how Devin Neal runs, too. Ty Robinson, obviously, very big on him because his ability to move up and down the line. I mean, would you say he has potential to help you out against, like, not having Barmore? I don't know. He would. I mean, we're talking at 144 here. Now, let's take a look at tight end. I still probably have to think Gadsden, right? Or he's gone. He's gone. Yeah, damn it. Shit. Lachey probably later on. Fedone is actually pretty good, too. Malik the free car. Actually, let's look at D-line, see if I can, some Peebles, yeah. Stackhouse, Mills, yeah, I can get, I see, like, to me, Mills later on is probably, he hasn't done anything because he got injured a little bit, but plus Cam is one of the best run-stuffing nose tackles left. I know they just got Tonga, but there's some D-tackle, like Aiden Huntington, Nash. There's some guys later on there, D-tackles. Davin Van's actually really underrated. Thor. All right, I'm going to hold off on tackle. Sorry, Ty. I like you and all everything, but, I mean, I wouldn't hate you if, I mean, I wouldn't hate if they grabbed him, but now I'm thinking sitting here, like, what should I do? Safeties? That could be ugly. He's very interesting. Like, plays up in the box, but very fast to play deep. Very good at cat blitzing. Oh, they got Jack Henderson in here finally. By the way, look at Jack Henderson. He's somebody to keep an eye on. All right, so speed rushers. So let's take a look at edge. Q Robinson. I like Tyler Batty as like a D lineman. I mean, I wouldn't put him as like a real edge. Get Johnny Walker. Yep. Danny Strigo's interesting. He'd be a special teamer at first, I think, but he'd be one that you can develop. Is David Bailey still in here? Am I missing that he's... Oh, David Walker too. Not entirely sold on that. I think Q Robinson might be my pick here. Sheen Davis could be it, but he'd be like really developmental. Same thing with Elijah Ponder, very dynamic. He can do it physically, but you'd have to work on him. So is David Bailey no longer going out? Did I miss that? Fadil Diggs could probably do it too. So there's some athletic guys, and Ja Jr.'s pretty fast too. Johnny Walker. So I'm not going to worry about the edge again to get another guy if we need it. Linebacker. Or was David Bailey now considered a linebacker? Is that what happened? Oh, Cody Lindenberg. I forgot about him. Even though I like that guy. And then Teddy Buchanan. Tyree Powell. There's some thumpers in here. Arguably one of the best linebackers in college football. Not very athletic. Jackson Woodard's pretty good. So, oh yeah, Tamarian Wilson. Keep an eye out for that guy. He's a freak. Still lots of decent linebackers in here. Way down, too. Jacob Dobbs. Love that guy. He's not at Holy Cross anymore. He's at JMU, so maybe you guys might want to get on that. In like over 100 tackles, too. Really good in coverage, too. Not amazing, but like... Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, he's not your best, but... Alright. I guess I'm going to go Stutzman here just to get, like, a quality starter going here. But... Yeah. Might be our best bet. Yeah, that's actually not a bad pick. Hell of a draft. There's a little bit of pinch there, which obviously I took a while to figure out, but that's one hell of a draft. Now, is that possible? I don't know. But if I go... Here's my concern. By the way, I'm still on this one because PFF, I think, is going to have to... I mean, it's the one I keep looking at. I'm like, I don't know where you guys are getting some of this stuff. I'll give them that. I like that they gave J.D. Barron, or Jade Barron, a better rating than these guys are giving him. I think he's one of your best players. He's definitely your best defensive back in general because he can play slot, perimeter, and he can do safety. And he was very good at all three. So, but these freaking ads are unbelievable on this one. It's making me go insane. But I like their consensus board a lot better. All right, so a trade back scenario, that's definitely not good enough. You'd have to give me your first here. So say this happens, we get Travis, right? Going in, saying he's a wide receiver. Maybe he's a wide receiver for you for a year or two, and you finally get like another big X wide receiver, and you can start playing around with him, possibly playing a little bit more defense and developing him into, you know, a stud, all-around mega football player, which I like that idea. Definitely brings a lot more juice into Foxborough. Gets you out of that 1 p.m. slot. Advertising would be a lot better. Nope. That might be a yes, depending on what we have. Getting a second round next year. If you don't have an offensive tackle here, I would say yes. Unless there's like a really good edge that's still sitting there. If there's a really good edge and if there's a really good tackle still sitting, I would not. But going back 10 to pick up another third, a fifth, and then already getting stuff for next year, which in my opinion is a better draft. And that's, this we might have to just take. But let's just see what we got. Because if there is only one left of something, I'm going to be a little concerned. Dude, your banners here are just brutal. Okay, I'm good with edge. I can take Jackson. Are we really that screwed on tackles? See, this is what I'm talking about. We are completely just all the way. Like Cam Williams, I'll take, but he's a right tackle. I like him. I would love to get him at 38 if we already had a left tackle. Anthony Belton's our dude right now, and he's not going to make it from 38 to 69. If this is you're going to say get him at 69, he's at 95 or 77 or whatever. If this was the actual real life scenario, there's no way he's going to make it to 69 to 77 because anybody else who just needs a tackle in general, regardless being left or right, is going to take him probably. There's no way there's only going to be two teams that are going to take that only need right tackle for Cameron Williams and Emory Jones. Maybe Cam is he could make the switch with a couple years of development, and you'd probably start him at the right tackle anyway. But like Belton's your guy. Like this is it. You'd have to take him at 38 here. You'd have to. Now, in this case, if this was a situation and we're going to move back here for one spot and pick up a 72, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I figured you wanted Starks. So I'm actually thinking about doing Booker here. Oh, we have Donovan Jackson. So we wouldn't be SOL. There's somebody who can play some tackle, but is your guard. All right, so now I guess I can hold. Yeah, again, real life Belton would be gone. And Donovan Jackson, I'll put Donovan Jackson at tackle. So maybe we still pull something off here. All right, now we got to consider some edge. Jordan Birch, thank you. There's your Dietrich Wise replacement. I need some D tackle-ish. No. By the way, if you don't know, Jordan Birch did a video on him last year. He can play some D tackle. It's big enough, long enough. He's kind of like my Dietrich Wise / Barmore insurance right now. If you're thinking about why I picked him. Safety. Billy Bowman here. That's, I think, a smart move. All right, we're moving along pretty well here. We're going to get pinched on something. I just don't know what. RJ Harvey this far down. Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, that's almost a no-brainer for me. All right, so tight end, linebacker. Still would consider QB as a possibility. Speed edge rusher would be another one to be considered as well. Ja Joyner would be in there, maybe. Clay Webb. Oh, yeah. As a center? Oh, wow, yeah. I'll take Clay Webb. All right. This might be a complete home run here. Lampkin also can play center. I mean, he's 5'11", but... Absolute home run draft. Without even trying. Unlikely, but damn if it did happen. Because Riley Mills would be a good Barmore insurance. So, it's close. It's close. Right? Donovan Jackson being there. Now, here's the thing. Again, I would say Belton's not going to make it 72, so maybe this is a little disingenuous. But, especially, again, if there's going to be a run, you're going to have freak out. Like Jaden Higgins making it to 69 is probably not going to happen either way, too. So maybe this might be my favorite one, like if it actually happened, but it might be completely unlikely. I don't even think Jordan Birch makes it to 77. Billy Bowman, maybe. I mean, all these are like, I'm kind of surprised, like Aronde getting to 2020, even 220, and then Riley Mills 238, Clay Webb making it past. Really getting into day 3 in general would be kind of shocking. RJ Harvey might be one of the only ones that might actually happen. That I think that might actually be possible. But that being said, there's probably a whole bunch of other guys. If the other guys that got drafted ahead of them, I'd be like surprised if they made it to 72 or 69 as well. So maybe it's not all doom and gloom. All right, let's do one more. I know it's long. I apologize. Definitely not good enough. I wouldn't do it, but let's just see what happens. At that point, you'd have to give me the first next year, too. Personally, I'm going this. At 22, that's right where I would like to get Matthew Golden if he could. Connerly here. At 38, I mean, he's definitely... I think I'd have to. And if he's not a great tackle and he's a guard, at least he got a solid guard at 38. I don't know if I just don't think he fits the mold for the Patriots, but this would be like, hey, we got to get something at this point, right? We got to get somebody to do something. Now I'm thinking about it, I'd still probably avoid it. Mason Taylor's quite intriguing here. Let's take a look at edge. Wow, that got blown out. See, now, yeah. See, now you do this and you're losing out. Josiah Stewart might be your guy here, but I wouldn't touch him until 86. Kennard at 86 as well. Shit. Yeah, Charles Grant, maybe 86 or 106 to be a developmental left tackle. I think that could be, like, I could see them being really big on Charles Grant as being, if they think Vidarian Lowe is a one more year, we give Charles Grant a little bit of time to develop for a year, and he gives it a shot next year. And they take him at, like, one of these third round picks. And they're like, let's go Hunter, then, like, get an edge D tackle guy in second, and then one of the third rounders they go Charles Grant, right? And that'll be their insurance if they don't get a tackle in the second. I could see that. I could see that being the way they go. It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be stupid. Now, us passing on Xavier Watts here might be stupid, so I'm gonna go Xavier Watts, 69. Try this route because I'm not happy with those edges until now. I'm gonna go with Josiah Stewart. I like how he plays. We'll have to pick up a heavier D edge. Actually, let's look at D line now. Deion Walker, you are a Patriot. There's your Barmore insurance. I don't think Ty. Oh, yeah, Ty Robinson. Yep, he's gone. Okay, looking good. Chris Paul's a hell of a dude. Za Frazier looks, I mean, I've watched him recently. He's interesting. I'm not there yet, though. This draft is getting a little murky for me, though. Jeez. D-line. Tight ends. Yeah, let's do this one just to be smart. Running back, linebacker. And then after that, I'm going to start considering, at this point, I'm going to start considering trading. Let's see what we get here. Ooh. Still making it. Cody Simon's still in play? Thank you. Big edge. Barron. If Barron makes it, I'm taking him. Oh, we got him. Oh, this is good. Wow. I still need a running back. Let me just take a look at running backs. Taking Rocket Sanders. I like him a little bit more than the Milan guy. I don't think we're gonna need all these. A quarterback. Curtis Rourke. Thank you. A corner. I'm probably not gonna get a good corner left. Actually, Upton Stout. What? Still here? Anybody else that's really good? Oh, Renshaw. We could still hear. I was gonna say if there's anybody that we could think about. I can do kicker too. Oh, he's actually pretty good. Crazy enough, we could actually use. Look at that. It's like it just keeps getting kind of better and better. I don't know. Not entirely sold about this one. Still pulled something off. I wouldn't even. This is interesting because like I'm sitting here, I'm like I wouldn't have done the trade back to 22 without picking up a first. Now let's say if it did pick up if I was able to pick up a first or maybe like a second, a third next year, would this be good enough? I mean, it would. Like, I think Golden, although might not be your typical wide receiver, like he's gonna help you out. Connerly would at least give you somebody to work with at offensive tackle. I don't think he's a perfect fit, but would he be him and Vidarian Lowe battling it out? Yeah, would be fine with that. Watts can play some deep. He also can play up front too. I mean, he does no problem in the box. Josiah Stewart's wide 9, super fast. I know they got Landry, but you know he's only going to be around for a little bit. Dan Walker would obviously be Barmore Insurance. Your developmental left tackle, Charles Grant. He's got the wingspan. He's got the size. He's got the movement. He can definitely work there. Aronde Gadsden, big. I know they have him tight end. He's big receiver. And he'd be very similar to Matt Collins in terms of size, blocking ability. And then Cody Simon, super ultra fast linebacker. Kind of what I think, a lot of people have been rumoring what we're looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if either they move Duggar in to handle it because he kind of does it anyway, but if like you need to designate somebody to kind of be in that spot and say like that's his role, I wouldn't be surprised if Duggar gets pulled up. And then also Monty Rice, keep in mind, like he's a Titans. He was drafted by Vrabel to be that guy. Now, is Monty Rice a home run left linebacker? No. But I don't know if it would. Yeah, I think they would, not necessarily punt on it, but I think they would wait maybe till like day 3 in the 200s for somebody like a Cody Simon or Cody Lindenberg. Sorrell is good, very good actually. Had an awesome Senior Bowl, has decent amount. I mean, he's amongst all that was going on in Texas, so I felt like he just wasn't getting his limelight, but he's a good edge rusher. Sanders, big back, speedy. He's actually got good hands, former wide receiver. Curtis Rourke. If they are going to let go of Milton, they should probably, that would put quarterback a little bit higher up on the list. And then they haven't got Sly back, so, getting Andreas, not a bad idea. I mean, he's from Miami. We'll see if he can possibly make that move up to the north, but you draft him. That's when you would draft a kicker, is that late, and when, you already have somebody on your roster, definitely. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry for the extremely long video. We have some things now. Starting off the video being like, I can't imagine, like, each one, we kind of eked it out. I think that's the takeaway is you had one guy kind of like left there that you'd be like, not like, yay, we have a starting tackle, but like, yay, maybe he's better than Vidarian Lowe. It's the reality of the situation, guys. I still think it's going to be hard to not get a tackle in the first round this year with Wolf, unless they go and get Becton, and Becton just kind of puts a lot of like eases at left guard, at right tackle, at left tackle. There's just some like big insurance there, and he allows you for maybe a 2 or 3 year deal. You have at least another legitimate starter on your squad, and he's only 25, going to be 26, I think. So There's that as well. He's a young dude. Maybe he's, maybe he's your long-term whatever for a long time, and you finally got some stability there. Or we roll the dice on, Trevin would be not bad either, so I guess there's a couple guys left that we might pull off. We'll see. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about these mocks, if they're any good. Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.